Hello everyone, my name is Dylan Timidania, and here we're going to discuss the probabilistic time estimates. So the discussion outline will be the variability in activity times, probabilistic activity times, three times estimates, estimate time of activity, probability of completing project on time. The variability in activity times will be the CPM, or critical method assumes that each activity has a fixed known duration, with the variation, in contrast, PERT, or Program Evaluation and Review Technique, accounts for uncertainty by using a probability distribution to estimate activity duration, allowing the variability in activity times. Probabilistic time activities, an approach in estimating activity times. This refers to a method within the project evaluation and review technique, or PERT, that predicts and estimate the duration required to complete events or activities using an approach called the three times estimates approach. So what is the three times estimates? So first one is the most likely time. It is the most realistic, or repeated many times. The second one is the optimistic, which is the possible shortest time, or goes according to the plan. And last but not least, it's the pessimistic time, or the longest possible if everything goes wrong. So estimated time of activity is weighted average of the three times estimates. This can be computed with the formula using in the context. So the expected time, as you can see, is equals to optimistic plus 4 times most likely time plus pessimistic time over 6. Is using that, we're going to identify the, mo- the in the table. So to compute that, we have to identify it. So as you can see the table, 8, which is the optimistic, plus 4 times 10, which is the most likely duration time, plus 16 over 6. So the equal will be 10.67. And the rest, you can see, will be filled using the computation. So after that, we're going to create a diagram. So to use that, we have a predecessors. So I'm going to show, sorry, the path. So as you can see, the predecessors of A goes B, and the B goes C, D, and E. After that, C will proceed on F, then finish. D will proceed in two paths, which is F and G. F will be finished, and G will continue to H. E will continue, then other H, then goes finished. So after that, let's compute it. So as you can see on the table, you may see that A is 10.67, 12 B is 12.17, and so on. We have to put it in the below of the letter. So let's compute it. Since the earliest start is 0, we'll proceed to the next one. So to compute that, we have the earliest start plus expected time. So 0 plus 10.67 is 10.67. So after that, we're going to get the expected earliest start of the A, earliest finish of A, then put it in the letter B, the earliest start of letter B. Then 10.67 plus the expected time, which is 12.17. After adding that, it will be 22.84. Then since the predecessor of C and D and E is only one, we have to copy it everything in the B and put it in the C, D, and E. So after that, compute it, and it will be the C earliest finish of C is 35.17, D is 28.84, and E is 37.17. So after that, F have two predecessors, which is C and D. So to get the earliest start of F, we have to get the earliest finished, which is the 37.17, and put it in the earliest start of letter F. Then add it to 9.33, and it will be 44.5. So the letter G, since here only have one predecessor, we copy the earliest finish of letter D and put it into letter G, which is 28.84 plus 10.33, and it will be 39.17. So after that, we have to get the highest earliest finish, since H has two predecessor, which is G and E. So it will be the 39.17. Then we are going to add it the expected time of 7 H is it, which is 7.83. After adding that, it will be 47. So after computing the earliest start and earliest finish, let's go into find which is the highest earliest finish, which is 47, and it will be expected time is 47 days. So after that, let's after the forward pass method, we're going to backward pass method, which is the successors. So since the highest is 47, so we're going to put the 47 in the both F and H, because the highest is 47. So they are the last finished of both F and H. So after that, we're going to minus it. So 47, which is the last finished, minus the expected time of F, which is 9.33, and it will be 37.67. Then the H will be 39.17. So after that, since H has a successor, sorry, So 39.17 will be copied in the last s- start of h, then minus it to 10.33, and it will be 28.84. It's also same as letter E. So after that, since the D has two successor, which is F and G, you have to get the lowest start. So the lowest start is G, and it will be 28.84. After that, 28.84 minus 6, and it will be 22.84. After that, game goes to the letter C. So after that, it's same of letter D, which is two successor. The B has three successor, and we have to get the lowest. Lowest last start, which is 22.84 minus 12.17, it will be 10.67. And that's all. So after computing the backward pass method, let's start computing the slacks values. So to get that, we have to minus the last finish, last start and earliest start, and last finish minus earliest finish. I earliest finish, right? So as you can see, in computed it, we see saw that A, B, D, G, and H is the zero slacks. So what they are the critical activities. They are the critical path methods. So they have absolutely no delay. So you can see in the text. Probability of completing the project time. The complete To complete a project of a specified time requires that all the paths in the project's network be completed by the specific time. Therefore, determining the probability that a project is completed by a specific time requires calculating the probability that all paths are finished by the specific time. Activity standard deviation and variance is computed by the equation. So standard deviation will be pessimistic minus optimistic over 6. And the variance will be pessimistic minus optimistic minus over 6 squared. So let's find out. To determine the probability, which is the value of z, we have equation, which is the d, which is desired project completion time, minus the sum of the expected time activities on the path being investigated, or project mean, over the standard deviation. For example, here's this example. So let's find out. First, let's compute the standard deviation of each activities. So as you can see, the pessimistic is 16, minus optimistic over 6, and it will be 1.33. And let's compute it the rest of the table. After that, after computing the variance, it is compute the variance. So it will be, sorry, the the compute we got is not variance, it is standard deviation. So it's my bad. So the variance you can see, it will be the standard deviation. So to compute the variance, we have to compute which activities. Variance is equals to pessimistic minus optimistic. It will be 16 minus 8 over 6 squared, and it will be 1.77, same as the rest of the table. So as you can see in the table, the project mean is the 47, the project variance is 7.38. So since we have a critical path, we have to compute it minus and minus. So here is the compute of the probability if your client is expected to finish the project on activities on or before 50 days after it has been started. So as you can see, the probability is equals to the desired project completion time, which is 50 days, minus the sum of the activities in the path being investigated, or project mean, which is 47 days, over the standard deviation. And after computing that, you may see that probability is 3 days over 2.72, and it will be 1.10. So as you can see, based on single tail normal probability distribution table, the 1.10 or 1.1 is 0.8643 probability. Therefore, the probability that the project can be completed in 50 days are less 50 days or less is 86.43. And if you want to know what is the PERT and CPM, I'm going to put the link on the description so you may follow the what will happen using the PERT and CPM method. And that's all. Thank you.